consistent like 10K above months.
Downloaded it. I checked the date, July of 2021. And then I left my job in September of 2021.
Since then, I've sold websites. I've pivoted my business. I'm no longer doing social media management.
What has been like your highest month?
13K.
It has literally changed my life.
When you were designing on WordPress, were you charging way less? Like, what is that like?
Yeah, way less. I think my first WordPress was like $500.
$500 for a WordPress site versus like up to $5,000 for a show it site.
Welcome back to the episode, you guys. I'm seriously so excited because I'm sitting down today with the beautiful Dana of the Daily Essentials. And I am so excited because it's been a long time coming. Like, I always selfishly do these because I want other people to learn more about you, but I also just want to learn more about you myself. So I'm really excited to have you on and just hear about your journey, your story, and how we've gotten to this point. So why don't I hand the mic over to you? Dana, why don't you give a little rundown? Who are you?
Yeah, so my name's Dana. I started the Daily Essentials 2 years ago now. So just had our 2-year anniversary. We specialize in website design, of course, and we do a little social media as well. But my true passion is web design. So that is my department. But helping all businesses local to North Carolina. We've had clients as far as Oklahoma City, California, all over the US. And they mostly are female-owned businesses. So love to support other females and help them grow their business as well.
I love that. Well, let me just say, first of all, the fact that it's been 2 years is crazy. Like, congratulations. I feel like once you make it to a year into your business, you're like, okay, I can do this. You're like, maybe this is actually like a long haul thing. And once you hit 2 years and you're still in business, that means that you have built something really incredible. So way to go.
It has flown by. I still feel like I'm just holding on for dear life. Like, okay, stay on the ride. Don't get off.
I love it. How does it feel? Like, when did you hit your 2-year anniversary?
September.
Oh my gosh. So like literally last month. Did you celebrate? What did you do?
So last year I did a really cool, for our 1-year anniversary, a really cool photo shoot with like a cake, and it was our brand colors, and it was really fun. And I just felt like I could not top it this year. So 2 years kind of got swept under the rug. It also has just been so busy, but maybe we'll do like every other, maybe like 1, 3, 5, or like do 1 year, 5 years. I'm like, do we celebrate every year? Is it I don't know. So this year got missed, but okay. I needed to think of a way to top the 1-year picture.
Yeah.
So.
Did you celebrate internally though? Like, did you have any kind of feelings like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that we're 2 years in, or are you just too busy?
No, I really should have. And I am disappointed in myself that I didn't, but right now just been busy. And I think for the whole month of September, every morning I was like, woo, 2-year anniversary. Like, didn't pick one day. I just, every day did a little, wow, in the morning.
Yeah. I love it.
With my busy day.
I love it. So fill us in. Let's go back in time, like before the Daily Essentials was a thing, like a couple years ago. Where were you in life? What were you doing? And how did you get here?
Yeah. So I actually used to work for Apple, like out in California at the spaceship headquarters. Like, I don't know, people go there as a tourist attraction. I loved working for Apple. I loved the people that I was surrounded with, but I grew up with entrepreneur parents. I always knew that I was meant to help other entrepreneurs. Like, I am on this planet to grow other businesses, and Apple sees you as an employee, just as another number, another name, where to these small businesses, I'm really a make or break to their business. And I've helped small businesses since as long as I could remember. And that's what I truly care about. So wanted to take my Apple knowledge, but then match it up with my passion.
Yeah, I love it. And you really feel the impact way more when you're so intimate with other businesses.
Yeah.
That's really incredible. So then fill us in, like, how did you go from working from Apple? Like, where was the transition?
I'm like, let me give it to you in little chunks
Yeah,
because
love
it's a
it.
big story.
Bite size.
So then I left Apple. That was in person, and COVID happened. Worked for home from Apple, but I still just like, it's a paycheck. Okay, cool. Switched to working for a recruiting firm, which is people are like, recruiting, what? Marketing, what's, and I'm like, you're just marketing people or a job position in recruiting. They're way more connected than you think. So I worked for a recruiting firm with my sister actually, and she got laid off, and I'm like, how am I going to market a company that laid off my sister that I disagree with? Like, I was in between their CEO and COO, like basically their CMO, and I could not market a company that I felt like wronged my family, basically.
Absolutely.
So I quit. No plans, no nothing, just see you later. And that was a nice paycheck, fully remote, flexible schedule, like a very cushy job, a very cushy paycheck. But I felt like I needed to stand up for what I believed in, and I just walked away. No plans other than, okay, I've done social media for these local businesses. I'll let them know I'm going full time with it. I think I made a Show It account literally the next day. And how did I I think Jenna Kutcher did something about like her website being on Show It. Like this was 2 years ago. And so I was like, oh, this looks cool. So I started playing with it, and then somehow came across your TikTok or Instagram, and thank God I did.
Oh my gosh. That was literally 2 years ago.
Yeah, 2 years ago. And then I bought all of the courses. I'm like, well, if I'm going to do this, like, let me take my cushy paycheck and spend it on something that's going to actually like be good for myself. So I bought literally all of the courses, and I just started on them and built the daily essentials while I was going through the courses, and then had a company website, had a team because my sister was laid off, and we just got to it.
Wow. I am literally so obsessed with that story. Okay. I want to know, like, how long did it take you to start building from the point that you quit to finding, let's say, my TikTok or Instagram, to getting the courses and then launching? Like, how long was that?
Oh, I wish I had exact dates in front of me. It was very fast because I did not have a savings account. Like,
Okay.
I'm a young, like, I was taking my nice paycheck and going on trips and buying bags and like spending it. I didn't care about savings. So I did not really have a savings account. And I needed to make money fast. So I'm like, what's the fastest way I can get this website up, but also be proud of it? That was a completely custom built. I bought the library, but didn't use it for my own website, which now I'm like, why did I not do that? But I'm trying to see when
So
I
you felt a sense of urgency. You were like, I need to make this shit happen. I need to make it happen quick.
Yeah. Okay. So got dates for you. September 2nd is Daily Essentials birthday. I bought all of the courses on September 24th. So quit, figured out how the business is going to be organized. I think I started playing with Show It on my own, and I'm like, okay, this needs to get faster. Like I can figure it out, but it's going to take me months. Bought the courses on the 24th, and the website, I don't want to say exactly, but I feel like it took me around a month to learn Show It, build our website, and launch it.
Oh my gosh, that's incredible. And then as far as clients go, when did you, because you've obviously been in business for 2 years, so you've had clientele consistently. When did you book your first client from launching?
So I had dabbled in web design before, like Wix, GoDaddy. I've always done that as a hobby. I mean, back to like the Tumblr days, I was figuring out code stuff. And so I've always done website stuff on the side, but never taken it serious, never even really charged for it. So I want to say, I want to give you exact dates. I'm like, I know when I booked my first one. I started doing website up, like I would take any website project I could get, whether it was like, hey, can you do this on my website? I was looking for people that were already on Show It that just needed like an update, because I'm like, oh, this is a good way to like dip my toes in the water. And then booked my very first one. It was probably 2 months later so what's that? October, November.
Yeah. So in the November. And do you remember how much you charged for that?
2,200, I want to say. So I didn't do the beta. I didn't do the
you went all in.
Just jump in, and now I'm like, oh, it might have been smart to do that. But
Okay.
I just was like, I'm going to put all of this in marketing and just take what I can get as far as like doing Show It updates, which I think is a really unique perspective, because people need their websites updated and like, oh, I need to add this page. So it gave me a very big safety net while bringing in a little bit of money, and then booked my very first website.
Yeah. Well, that's amazing. I'm so curious if you had feelings of like, what am I doing? Especially going from having a secure, cushy paycheck with Apple. Did you ever have a moment being like, what am I doing? Or did it always just feel right? You're like, I want more for myself. I want to be an entrepreneur.
There's definitely have been times that I'm like, oh, wish I had a paycheck like I used to right about now along the way. But I know I'm like so set on my goal, and I know what's possible. Like even at 2 years, I've barely even scratched the surface of what's possible. And I still, every day, I'm like, I know what's possible because of Becca, and I'm just going to stay focused. And when I get there, I will not miss my cushy paychecks.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, and the freedom to, when you run your own business, like we were just mentioning before we were on here, that like you could start work at 6. Yeah, you might work until 11 o'clock at night, but like you have that choice, where when you work for someone else, like you don't have that choice, and you're working, on such a restricted timeline for someone else's dream. And so the fact that you see this potential for yourself, it's like, it makes it all worth it when you know the end goal and you're like, no, but I'm literally actively working towards my dream and my dream only.
Yeah. And you cannot put like, I can have the cushiest of paychecks, but you cannot put a value on a day where you're like, wow, this is what I want to do in life. This is when I want to walk my dog, or like, oh, I'm not feeling it today. Let me shut the computer and like get outside and we'll restart tomorrow. There is not a price tag that you can put on those like last minute spontaneous things as well. So
I fully agree.
Trade-offs in the beginning, like you do have to stay focused.
Was the consistency a hard kind of beast to fight?
Yeah,
or
definitely. Like even now at 2 years, I will have months where I'm like, oh my God, I'm crushing it. Like this is amazing. Like the income is, I'm like, oh wow. Like if I can just stay at this consistently monthly for forever, I'm good. And then you have months where it's not those numbers. It's not the as high of income, and it will level out. And I keep telling myself, like, once you have a very solid wait list where people are booking up to 6 months out, like that's when your income kind of like gets a little more consistent. But for now, like enjoy those super high income months and keep hustling in the lower income months. So
yeah, totally. Yeah. I was actually talking to another student recently who's had really high income months, and she was experiencing like a lower month in the summer, which is natural. And I tried to remind her that you can look at it as a year. Like when you're in business for a long time, you can look at it in a year, or then you can start looking at it, for 2 years or 5 years. Like as an entrepreneur, I even need that reminder to myself sometimes that like there is ebb and flow, and you have to really, stay in the momentum and the energy of the high months. And then when you're having a lower month, reflect and allow that time. Because if it's lower, hopefully your hours are, less, and you can then be like, okay, what needs optimized to my site? I can apply it to my site. Maybe I need to hire this role. Maybe I need to spend more time on my marketing, like really using it almost to your advantage instead of it just being, oh my God, I'm lower this month. I think that's helpful.
Yeah. And because we do offer social media that's a recurring monthly income. So there's always that base of like, well, our social media clients hit that base income, and then web design, I can really that's the variable, which is fine with me because that's what I enjoy, but it's nice to know I have a little bit of a solid base. So I always recommend to people, if there's something you can charge for monthly, no matter how big or small, that gives you a little bit more of a safety net instead of oh my gosh, I have 0 clients next month. I'm starting at 0 to find all the clients. So whether that's getting your previous clients on website maintenance, monthly packages. Maybe there's somebody that has small updates to their website every month, and you have them on that monthly retainer they get you a few hours a month. I like the recurring monthly income.
Yeah, totally. Even having clients pay on payment plans can assist with that as well, kind of pushing towards payment plans instead of paying in full. Yeah. When you talk about really high months, because obviously the high months are what keeps us in it. If it was all low, you'd quit. But the high months are the exciting parts of business and entrepreneurship. For you in the last 2 years, what has been you look back and you're like, oh my God, that month, that's what keeps me in it.
Yeah, I think I did the math on it 5 times and refreshed my books. And I'm like, is this real life? When I saw $17,000 in a month, to me, that was oh my gosh, just me. This is amazing. So,
Seriously.
I mean, not just me plus team, but I'm leading this.
Yeah. I mean, that is huge. Especially you even said you had a really cushy paycheck from Apple. You have to work so fucking hard for so long to even be considered to work a job where you could get paid $17,000 in a month. That's
Yes. I told my friends, I'm like, oh my God, I made $17,000 this month. And my 2 best friends work corporate jobs and just they don't get it. They don't understand. And I'm sure to them, they're like, oh wow, that sounds nice. But it's they don't see that the leap and just diving in and the amount of risk behind it. But it's oh, there's the reward. There's the light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. How long ago was that?
That was 6 months ago.
Okay. Wow.
And it is, okay, I feel like I need a little asterisk. That is social media clients and website design clients. It is both of them. Of that, I think 8 or 9,000 was website clients.
Still amazing. I appreciate the transparency.
So, put the little asterisk there.
Little asterisk.
It isn't just web design. I mean, the goal is to make more than that in a month just on website design, but slow and steady wins the race.
Yeah, absolutely. And the fact that you've been in business for 2 years just shows that you've built something that's sustainable. And with you being able to hit those kind of months and be in the long-term play, you are really only in the beginning, which is so exciting.
Yes.
I'm curious with your team, who do you have on your team?
Yeah. So back to transparency. My sister, who got laid off and started Daily Essentials with me, is no longer with Daily Essentials, but for the best. So right now I have an assistant that is out on maternity leave. So I had an assistant, and then I have 2 interns. So
Amazing.
One of them is local to me in Raleigh, North Carolina. She's big on big into social media. She loves shooting content. And the other one is very account manager focused and keeps things organized, project manager, movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing. When did you hire those team on?
One of them started as a summer intern, so the end of spring 2024, and the other one started in the fall, so I think it was July 2024 for fall intern.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, I
like going the intern route. helps me learn and it helps them learn. So I had 2 interns before them as well. So it's a good way to try out somebody for a
Yeah.
semester. And
Yeah.
also you get to kind of try out the position. Like, I'm
Mm.
gonna have them be Canva graphics for me. And maybe at the end of the semester, I'm like, well, that was not the right
Mm.
spot. Like, that's not where I need somebody to help me. So it's a really easy way to figure out what you need to hire for and also try people. So she was hired for a summer internship, and I'm like, hey, you want to stay on for the fall? And you can extend, or you can say thanks, have a great rest of your school year.
Yeah, that's genius. Honestly, I need to talk Willow into getting some interns. If you're listening to this and you want to be our intern.
Yeah, it's so fun, like, for them to learn, but they also like help me so much figure out where it's best to have the support even.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we work with a local college, so I'm like, yay, I love supporting local and finding other ladies that work hard.
Yeah, I love it. I love that so much. No, that's great advice. I'm sure people will be sliding in my DMs and your DMs asking questions about that. I'm curious. You bought all of the courses together. What order did you go through them?
What's the order you're supposed to? I tried to follow the order that you are supposed to.
Yeah.
So CEO of Show It was
And then
to build my website.
Yeah.
Um,
And then probably Wealthy Web Designer.
Yep.
And then do you use the library often with client projects?
Yes. So I used parts and pieces of it. I really love building custom, like from a blank white screen, which
hence why we love Show It.
don't like it.
Yeah.
I love it. Like, just the I'm like, oh, so many possibilities. So that does make website in a day really hard, but there's so much income in website in a day. So I'm trying to use the library more and using those custom websites I've already done to do more website in a days. But I'm more of a like website in a week or a month kind of gal.
Yeah.
So I use the library a lot for inspo as well. So even if there's not a exact section, I always start from a section, and then it doesn't always look like that section when I'm done with it, but it's
amazing.
It's very helpful when I have a creative block.
Yeah. That's the whole point of the library, is to be able to just use it as a base to speed up the time that when you're looking at a blank space and you have creator's block, you're like, how do I even go? What do I do from here? It's supposed to just like spark inspiration and allow you to transform it.
But when you add new designs to the library, I get so excited because I'm like, how does she even think of that? Like, I never would have thought of that. And that will then spark something else that, like, I do end up using new designs when they come out because I'm just get so excited about them.
Oh, I love it. Yay. That's good to know. With the other courses, do you feel like they were essential in your journey building this business, like building your web design business, being 2 years in? Do you feel like could you have done it without, or do you feel like they were an essential piece to your journey?
I think I could have done it without, but it would have taken me so much longer. So many more mistakes would have been made, but also the confidence I got from the courses. I was not afraid. Like, when I'm selling custom websites, I'm not afraid of their designs. Like, whatever they're envisioning, I'm like, well, if I can't figure it out, I'll go in the course, like go through all the courses and see if there's something in there. I'll go to the community and be like, someone help me. So the confidence that I have just because I have the courses on my side. So like, yeah, I could have done it without, but I might not still be in business. Might have crashed and burned by now.
Wait, that's like the realest answer. I love that.
I mean, like, I've designed websites before. I could have figured it out, but it would not have been as easy.
Yeah. That's really the whole point. So I'm really fucking glad that that's the case, and that's feeling like that they help your journey. Yeah. So you have, what are your main offers? like what's your business model?
Yeah. So it's a little all over the place, not going to lie. I really believe in giving the clients what they are looking for, which, yeah, it makes more work for me, makes things harder on my end, less like cookie cutter, less systems. But I'll have clients that they're like, I want a complete custom build, and they are willing to pay for it. So we'll do that. And then some clients, I call it semi-custom, which is like a combination of past designs, the library. I can do it in a day. I tell them a week because I want to have the flexibility. If there is somebody that needs a website really fast, we do have website in a day. So, but when I say semi-custom, custom, template customization. So that's an interesting one that a lot of people will buy templates elsewhere and they're like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize this was such a big project. I'm like, oh, that's easy. Like just put your copy in there. I can do that. So
yeah, I love that. How much, so your first website was $2,200, right? That's what I remember you saying.
that was, yeah, my first one on Show It.
Okay. And then where are you now? Or like, what's your highest package that you charge for?
Yeah. My custom starts at 6,500. That if they want more bells and whistles, or they have a lot of like blog posts and they want extra fancy things, then it does go up from there. But starts at 6,500. The semi-custom is 3,500.
That's amazing. I'm so proud of you. Really though. I
Couldn't have done it without you.
love ya. No, really, I am though. I know that it's, especially coming from, a corporate 9-to-5 cushy paycheck, like you really did. I don't know, like not most people don't have the balls, I would say, to do that. I was going to say Kahutas, but I feel like not everyone knows what I'm talking about. But like it takes balls and it takes grit and it takes confidence and it takes this certain level of desire to create something for yourself and something bigger. And the fact that you did that is just so truly incredible. And I'm really proud of you.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I still have to remind myself, like it only fails if you quit. Like on the hard days, you only fail if you give up, basically.
Yeah.
So I got the motivational quotes that I have to write down and keep in front of me. I have the playlist that's like, you can do it. So there are definitely hard days, but there's also the days when you add up and you're like, why do I keep getting $17,000? I made that in 1 month. Like you get those days as well.
Totally. Yeah. Well, and I'm curious, what keeps you going? Like on the days, what do you love about web design and the business side of things? Like what is it that keeps you moving forward?
I want this big life. I do not want to sit in a cubicle. I don't want to answer to anyone else. I want to make my own rules, make my own schedule, and just like have this fun life where, yeah, I work, I build websites, I run a business, but like that's not my whole entire life. And I have friends that their whole entire life is, okay, you drive 45 minutes to work in the morning, you're there 9 hours and you drive 45 minutes home and you're so tired you sit on the couch. And I'm like, that is no offense to anyone listening, but that's my worst nightmare. That is literally like, I could not do that. I just can't. So if I want this big life, that I have to pick other routes and figure out how I'm going to get there my own way.
Yeah, I love that. And I could not agree more, as you know. I'm like, same. Yeah.
As we're wakeboarding on a Tuesday in the morning, I'm like, yeah, same.
Same. Yeah. We're here for the vibes. Okay. Oh my gosh, seriously. Well, what's next for you? Like speaking of, future and bigger life and big dreams, what's next for your business and your life?
Yeah. So in the process of finally launching a template shop, taking all these custom designs that I've done and being able to share them with even more people. So I am very excited about that. Yeah. And just being able to it's kind of a different branch of the tree. And then working on some in-person stuff as well for anyone in North Carolina that wants to work together, hang out, meet up, trying to connect with more like-minded people because there's not many young female business owners in the world, let alone in North Carolina. So trying to do some cool like in-person stuff.
Yeah, I love that. Well, the template shop is perfect timing for Black Friday.
Yes.
And when you said you were wake surfing on the back of a boat on Tuesday in the morning, wait until you're doing that. And then you check your phone and there's a fucking like Stripe notification. You're like, oh, I made it.
Yeah, I'm like, I need to we're using Shopify on the back end for selling website templates. I'm like, okay, I need to connect my phone to the speaker and then have that notification on loud. So I'll be behind the boat and get the
100%.
Shopify notification. That is when I know I have made it. So stay
100%.
tuned. Follow me on Instagram.
Yeah. You better send me the video, tag me in it because I need to see that immediately.
Or you need to just come be here. So
Seriously, I know we need to do a meetup. Yeah, we're starting to do meetups, and I think that hopefully this one that we do in Austin is just the first, but we want to start doing them so we can, because I think everyone's on the same page. Everyone, you know, we've built such an incredible community, but online, and it's like, okay, but we're like real people. We're living real lives. We're in real locations. Like, let's get together. And I feel like once we do, we'll feel the impact even more and like be able to just like merge these worlds into one. And it's going to be so fucking cool. So I'll keep you posted.
North Carolina added to the list.
Love. I love it. Well, thank you so much for coming on here and opening up, telling your story. Where can people come hang out with you? Because I know people will want to see that Shopify boat vibe.
So it is thedailyessentials.co, not .com. They want $10,000 for it and for an M. I'm like, just an M at the end. So thedailyessentials.co is our website, and that will lead you to Instagram. Our Instagram has some funky periods in it. So I'm like, go to the website. It's all linked there and you can get to all the things. I post a lot of my dog and I post a lot of strange things that I'm not working. Like I'm doing when I'm not working. So it's fun.
Yeah, we work to live, not live to work. So I love to see that out in real life.
Yeah, all summer. I am posting wakeboarding on there and I'm like, sorry if you're like in an office, but I'm going to blow up your feed with wakeboarding.
Sorry, but I'm a web designer, so
yeah.
I love that. Well, also for everyone listening, I have it all linked down below if you want to click to the website, socials, all the things, and hang out because she's just too good. Well, thank you so much for coming on. People are going to be so inspired. And with that, we'll see you next episode.
Cool.
Bye.